Hey guys, welcome back to NWCS, and in this video we're going to do all the preparation we need on this door, being first the sanding. We need to get all the stiles and rails perfectly flush with each other, remove any of the excess glue squeeze out, and we also need to go ahead and route the edge profile going all the way around the door, which is just going to be a simple round over just to ease the edges. You don't want any sharp corners on a door like this, so I believe I'm using an 1/8 inch round over. But the first thing I get to do is actually use the Festool ETS 150 for the longest duration of time, actually, just to get a proper feel for it. I believe I ended up sanding for about 2 hours on this door and the other one. This door took about 40 minutes on this full entire preparation setup, and then the next door took a little bit longer because we had the T-Astro Gold and everything else a part of it. But the first thing though is to sand the entire one side of the door, scrape off any of the excess glue on the inside of all my stiles and rails where all the corners and chamfers meet, clean up the actual mutton bars. Those have to actually hand sand. I do plan to get a foam pad or a surf prep sander to allow me to sand profiles like this. Just because, if I can do everything with an electronic sander versus by hand sanding is terrible. I personally hate it. So one of the surf prep sanders with the foam pad would be a huge addition to this type of work. But also, after everything's sanded, you want to make sure everything's nice and smooth and flush before you go through with the router. You don't want, as the router to go around the door itself, the stiles and rails not to be flush and the router not be able to take a full even bite. So by getting everything nice and flat first, I can come back through with the router. And something that you just see me doing here, I actually went in the opposite direction or did a climb cut to try to prevent any type of tear out here on the end grain. All the stiles and rail, all the stiles, because they're going vertically, the end grain is showing toward the top and bottom of the door. So the best way to prevent any type of tear out is again to do a climb cut right here at the edge and plow inward with the router, and then continue going the correct direction just to clean up everything else. And with the routing done on one side, the last thing I want to do is come back with the sander just a little bit more. I am not doing the finished sanding yet because I still have the water pop and everything else, but right now the goal is to get the doors completely profiled and ready for the last 2 grits. I believe right now I'm working at like 150 grit. The final grit will be 320, so after the 150 there's 220, then the water pop, and then the final 320. So right now that I have everything flat, the goal is to get everything semi-smooth and profiled so I can go into the final process of the detailing of the actual door. And again, you guys see me doing that same routing process here at the bottom, just being careful to try to prevent any type of tear out. Because again, at this point, I don't want to have to remake or do anything or fill holes or epoxy. I'm trying to get to the finish line of the door build. One of the last things I need to address after the profiling sanding though is to actually take a chisel and come back and kind of scrape because I don't have a card scraper. The best way that I found to remove all the glue on the inside of these chamfers, pretty much where all the stiles and rails meet, is just to use a chisel, kind of scrape and chisel lightly. Just kind of scrape off all the glue and try to get yourself a semi-smooth surface. I do come back and hand sand everything. That is not something I'm going to make you guys sit through though, but I will say it was tedious and it sucked. Again, surf prep sander with the foam pad is definitely in my future because sanding is my least favorite part of any type of build. So if I can alleviate it or make it a lot easier, definitely going to do so. But now you guys see me here transferring all the marks from my story pole so I can actually go into the routing process for all the hinges. Because again, I want these doors completely ready to be hung onto my door jamb. So what I'm going to do now is after everything's marked and transferred over is to actually set up my hinge jig. And all I have to do is change over to a pattern bit. This one just has a bearing at the top, and I believe it has like a 1/2 inch bit itself. So that way the bearing can ride against the jig and then do my mortise. This jig also has a depth stop on the side of it, so you know the proper depth for your hinges, or for standard, 3.5 inch hinges. It has a depth stop on the side that tells you how deep you need to set your bit to get the proper depth on all your routing processes. But after getting everything dialed in, all I have to do is actually clamp the jig in place, make sure it lines up with the marks that I already put on the side of the door jamb, start the router off of the door itself, and then come into the cut. I like to actually work my way around, starting from the outside, and then kind of hog out the waist in the middle, just to try to keep any tear out from happening. But if you guys have enjoyed this process, definitely let me know down in the comments. Ask any questions that you guys have. If there's any particular part of this footage that you guys have, something you guys want me to go more in depth with, either how to use this routing jig or anything else, definitely let me know. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this process. Leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.